Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of DME Untamed. Today we are going to have amazing guests where we're going to talk about a very tantalizing conversation around the GenZ creator economy. The guests that I have today are two amazing ladies in their fields, and I have the honor of reading their bios. That's an honor enough. I'll begin with the guest on my left. We have Auxilia Nkatha. Hey! She's a senior copywriter at Belva Digital and a self-confessed word addict who flirts with words and takes them home sometimes. You let us know what that means. She took home Aluri's Grand Prix. Yes. A round of applause.
Ooh, let's clock that.
This year, turns out words flirt back sometimes.
Yes,
she is also part poet, part artist, full-time words whisperer, 100% dedicated to turning blank pages into delicious little words of brilliance. Ladies and gentlemen, Auxilia Nkatha. And on my right, I have the honor of introducing a member of my team, Natasha Ngege. We might all remember her as the lady who acted Stella in the famous Machachari.
Clock it.
Your face has never changed.
Yeah.
Natasha Ngege is a dynamic actress, a content creator, lighting up the lifestyle and beauty space with her infectious energy and authenticity. Through her engaging vlogs and creative DIY videos, Natasha inspires her audience to embrace joy, confidence, and stress-free approach to life. Her content is all about keeping it real, having fun, and engaging her community in live, boldly, beautifully, and apologetically happy content. Ladies and gentlemen, Natasha Ngege. And that will be the host of this episode. My name is Sean Dalmas. I serve as the CEO of Dalmas Creations, and I'm a content creator for brands. Welcome. Now, the topic of today. Are we ready? Are we ready? The topic is the rise of unfiltered creators. How Gen Z is reshaping storytelling through raw, real, and apologetic content. Are we ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Now, to just start us off, a very quick and simple question that we can dive in. What does unfiltered storytelling personally mean to you in your fields and in the work that you've done? I'll start with Auxilia.
Well, thank you, Sean. Thank you for having me. Unfiltered is real. It's something you can actually feel. You know, like you've nothing to hide. You're just being raw with yourself. That's what it means to me. And if I touch that based off the work that I do, it's being able to give that to the people. It's not just doing another ad or another radio script. It's giving something real, something people can relate to, something people can touch. You know how when we say go touch grass, it's touching grass literally with everything you do. Yeah, it's simple. That's what it means for me.
Okay, yeah. Natasha.
First of all, thank you for having me. I think for me, it's more of, I'd like to say, a reality check, because we like sugarcoating a lot of things. But life is not sugar-coated. It's very real. It's raw. It has its ups and downs. And if we can show those ups and downs at the same time, that's what we want to see and we want to communicate. So I don't like sugar-coating it. You know, for me, reality check. If you get slapped, you get slapped. It's not. It's not imagination. It's not imagination. Yeah. It's in rawness.
And in your content, you believe unfiltered content is the most authentic content that can be put out.
It is.
Okay. Okay. Now, let's get into it. So why do we think this generation is gravitating towards raw, honest content instead of curated perfection? Do we think there's a specific reason why our generation is doing that? Yeah. Or do we think that we have been pushed to that level that we just generally have to be raw and unfiltered?
Okay, I think that for a very long time, people have been scared to show up. Like if we look at the past generations, they have their moments where they've been unafraid, like they've actually shown up in the best ways that they could. And then when it comes to us, there's a way we are culture. There's a way we are not afraid. It's what Tasha is saying, like, it is what it is. If you give me a hard no, then that's okay. Like, so my showing up is not based off rejection, of, you not hearing me. I'm more concerned if I'm being true to myself than what your opinion of me thinks. So then we show up in that essence, in the sense that, okay, you guys have done it. You didn't do it freely. You were scared constantly. It's like someone is holding something on your head. And now here is us. We are like, so like, you know what? Okay, you want to do whatever you want to do to me, just do it. Like, I'm more afraid of not showing up as myself than I am afraid of showing up as somebody else. So I feel like that's the culture with this generation of creators and influencers. And it's just that boldness, like, it is what it is. So what am I losing by showing up as myself?
Okay. So there's more win in showing up as yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay, Natasha.
For me, I'm gonna say, because there's a curated, because I've been an actress and a content creator.
Yeah.
And in these two worlds, there's imagination and then there's reality. With acting, we're pushed. It's basically what showbiz is, even in content creation. We are pushing an idea, but this idea is not reality.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, we've also watched some of our creators go from the idea to, oh, so this person is just like me. They're going through the same thing as me. So when with the idea, the walls and the facade crumbles, it's like, then why were you doing all this? For what exactly?
Yeah.
We are going to be in the same situation. And guess what? I'm not as big as you are. Reality gives you a cushion for, even if you fail, no one is going to judge you. Because guess what? They've already seen you in your rawness. They've already accepted that image that you portray.
Yeah.
So even when you're growing to something different, they're like, oh, we were here from the bottom, and guess what? We are growing with this person. So are we going to just ignore the fact that your realness was from the get-go? But there's people who've curated images, and we've also believed that if it's not aesthetically pleasing, it's not acceptable, and I don't want it. But that's not how life is. It's not aesthetically pleasing. Yeah.
I feel like people are defying that in the sense that, have you seen this? I saw a reel the other day of someone, a Gen Z going to be fired. Like, come with me as I go to get fired. Like, I feel like people are breaking the norms of
keeping things
curating.
a secret and
just
curating some certain
curating.
lifestyle. I think as well, you remember when Kim Kardashian failed the bar?
Yes.
And when she was even practicing for the bar and she cried on camera saying that it's hard, it's not easy. And it's because I think also we are growing up in this age where we are no longer aiming to be models. We're no longer aiming to be these perfect people. We're aiming to be better than we were yesterday. And the more influencers are relatable with us when they showcase that they're going through the same things that we are, it makes them more approachable. And I feel like one key thing was that major moment with Kim when she literally cried saying, guys, this is hard. And when she failed the bar, she literally went to social media. I failed. I failed the bar.
And the feedback was good.
Yeah, and the feedback was like, even I failed. Yeah.
You know,
So it's
human.
not like, oh, she's bribing her way there. People are like, damn, she also failed. So
she also failed. It's
I'm
real.
good.
Yeah.
She's not Kim Kardashian everywhere.
Exactly.
She's just a person.
Yeah.
Now, this question goes straight to Natasha. In your content that is deeply rooted in relatability and honesty in your life, and I remember this video that you did when you had gone to buy a Christmas tree, and then you said, wow, Girima Tuine, 11,000.
11,000.
Exactly. So how has embracing unfiltered personality in your own life shaped your growth as a creator? Being so real with yourself.
Funny enough, I think it took a reality check for me to realize after Machari, I wasn't getting deals, I wasn't doing anything, but I'm like, I have this platform, I have this brand image, people know me, but the fact that I have to curate myself to look like how they imagine me is money out of their pocket, money that's not coming in, first of all. I'm not getting all these brand deals. So I need to work with what I have. And guess what? This is the life that I have. If you don't like it, oh, well, I'm sorry to say, middle finger. Because if you do not like it, that's how it is. So when I started sharing the vlogs and started being like, when I said about 11,000, for me, it didn't make sense. Why I'm buying a tree for 11,000, haven't decorated it. and I can do so much with that 11,000 and get so much content out of it. And guess what? I don't have a hole in my pocket. I'm not going to look back and look at this tree and be like, you were only here for 5 days. What did they even buy you? You understand?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I have to critically think and look at it as, do I want to be relatable? Do I want to be just a brand image that's there, a poster that's there for impressing people? For me, it's more of, if I can get myself to a financially where I'm not spending so much money on creating content, good. And even as a content creator, you also need to look at, if your everyday content is having you spend money, that's not how life is. That's not what people do in a regular. People don't go spending 20,000 every day. Okay, there are. But see me. It's not Natasha. So I need to work around what I have, and if this is what's working for me, this is what I'm going to share. Whether you like it, good. If you don't like it, guess what? You can always scroll and get someone else who's gonna give you what you want.
True. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Now, Auxilia.
Yes, sure.
From a senior copywriter's point of view, brands are now shifting towards storytelling and telling their stories in a more relatable, vulnerable, and human way.
Yeah.
Why would you say are brands suddenly ready to embrace the messy authenticity? Either in their words that they use, in their content that they're producing, and what has changed for them?
I feel like that is a two-way question, and what has changed is looking at people, like looking at the bold faces, like for example what you're doing, and thinking, oh yeah, that works, and it works because it's resonating with them in the sense that we've been in a particular shell, right? Like we've been conditioned that this is how we do ads, this is how we show up, this is how we are operating, and then someone comes and says, oh, by the way, no, being transparent is actually good. So I think it's that shift, and it's great because that means that the industry is growing, number one, and also the thing that everybody is looking to talk to a 24-year-old. Everybody is looking to recruit them to do something. Everybody is looking to touch that generation. Why? Is it because they're so different, or is it because that they are taking the fears that you had and just breaking off that box, this whole box of, I need to show up a certain way. No, I just need to show up this way. So I think for brands, it's come to that realization that authenticity is not just, just being, a way of being. It's a tone of style, in the sense that this generation will ask you questions. Why do I need to do? Why are you giving me, for example, you give me a product, why are you giving me? What's the benefit of it? Like, what's the story? Like, and I feel like storytelling is all about touching those things that make everything unique than just being surface, like you're not just picking a glass of water and saying, hey guys, you should just buy a glass of, we're going into the nitty gritties. Maybe the person who came up with that glass of water did not sleep for a week. It's a story. That's storytelling. They had challenges. Probably they made something and it failed. That's a story. That's the depths. So that you realize that if you go into the deep parts of storytelling, it then resonates with people because you're actually now telling the story. It's not a CTA anymore. It's not it's not a call to action anymore. It's guys, I didn't sleep for 7 days.
It's real.
It's
a reality.
That's a reality. That's how I came up with this thing. So that's it. So you decide what you want to do with it. So I feel like,
okay.
I feel like also to add to what she said, it's just like the bulb story. He did how many bulbs?
Exactly.
Bulbs. Like the KFC guy.
Imagine.
Yes.
The KFC guy.
We have reality stories that show us, by the way, you can't just do it in a snap of a finger. It's hard, it's messy, it's struggling, and even in whatever field that we are working in, and even I think that's also what I try and do in my content. I try and show people how I'm building my company. I'm telling people, today was hard. Today a client said no. Like I'm generally telling you people, I lost a brand deal today, or a client fired us today. Like I'm showing you the real raw stuff that goes into building what you guys think is some flamboyant life that we are living.
And that's the story everybody is buying.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
It's real. It's actually,
it's true.
It also shows them, by the way, I'm not that. Sometimes I feel like people think we have this comparison thing when it comes to life, and we do a lot of it. It's human. We do a lot of comparison, but then even when you share your failures, it, lack of a better of saying it, also makes them feel seen. Of like, okay, so I'm not failing alone. Okay, we are together. We are together, right? Tuko pamoja. Nile yenye tunakufa kimbogi.
Very true. I can be, it's just like when you got your grades, it's gonna be like, nani ako na D? We are okay. We are safe.
So I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid.
Tuko tu si wote. Exam ilikuwa tu mbaya kila mtu.
The chopi akipata ati hajafikisha ile mark wasema
chopi ako na C.
I did good.
Now, Natasha, have you ever felt the need to filter yourself?
Ooh.
And if you did, what helped you break away from that pattern or the pressure or the need to fit in that box that your audience was putting you in? Because generally I have a lot.
Same.
And there was a time I took a matatu and then someone asked me, Pia CEOs upana matatu.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you, that day I contemplated my life choices.
Is that be like, calling me failure?
Because like, damn.
And then the worst part is when you're being told that kwa akili yako inagonga, who uses matatus? That is the fact. You know,
and they have the roaches and all that stuff.
Yes.
So even you,
I was like, oh, Pia wewe. Damn.
Guys.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
So tuko pamoja.
For me, I think the first time was when I was given a gift hamper for Estee Lauder. So I was like, oh, this is my skincare. Like, I want to get into skincare now. This is going to be like my entrance. Hey, comment sections. Tasha looks like a crocodile. They don't say crocodile. They say kengangi. Kengangi in Gikuyu is crocodile. Oops. People are not saying anything nice about the skin. Mind you, this is your introduction to skincare. Then I was like, so I'm not supposed to show progress. I'm not supposed to show you befores and afters. I'm just supposed to be coming here glowing. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to work on this skin and I'm going to show these people. And guess what? I'm going to shut these people's mouths. So I started working on my skin. I started with CeraVe. I did my acne. Hey, 1 month later, the same people were calling me a crocodile. Or like, oh my God, what did you do to your skin? I was like, last week, ulikuwa unaniita hapa crocodile. Last week.
Yeah.
That was the first, but that was like the moment of realization that I was like, oh, I think these people are so used to seeing
perfection, picture people.
That reality is not in your world. Like, reality umekata kabisa. Yeah. So for me, I was like, you know what? Let me be the person that shows you the reality. Will I get hate for a couple of months? Yeah. But guess what? You'll come back to this content and be like, well, at least she's sharing her rawness. And at the end of the day, it's not for you, it's for me. Because I also look at it as, if I wasn't a public figure, someone is watching, I'm watching someone else's content. I'd like them to be very real with me. Tell me you've had maybe plastic surgeries. You've had all these things done. Don't come sell me a certain image and you've had so much work done that you don't want to tell me about. For me, that was my reality. I was like, you know what? I want to be this authentic person. It might not be the money making face that you guys think it is. It might not be the ideal brand that you want, but it's me. And it's either you take it or leave it. Nimeweka hapa kwa meza. Si lazima ukule food.
If it's not for you, it's not for you.
It's not. If you want aesthetically pleasing content, guess what? There's so many creators giving you
do
that. There's people who are cooking in the woods. Roaming chef. Ako huku busy kwa mabalcony. Ako kwa nini. Nobody People have different tastes and they all don't have the same audience. True. There's so much for everyone. The platter is not just one meal.
Okay. Now moving to Auxilia. In your capacity as copywriter and your time in agency, I don't know if you've switched positions in your capacity in agency, but taking that into consideration, how do agencies and creative teams rethink their strategies to meet audiences who smell the inauthenticity? You're like, well, for example, an ad has been put out, or copyright has been put out, or anything that an agency has put out for a brand, or a brand has put out, and then the audience can already smell the inauthenticity of it. They can already smell that this is not authentic to you guys.
Absolutely.
So how now do you guys come back and re-strategize them to still now come back and take back their audience?
I think that's a very good question. I feel like that goes back to...
I'll give you an example. You remember the Smoky Pasua with...
Yes.
Oh, that was so inauthentic.
Yes.
So in such a scenario now. Yeah.
I think that's trying too hard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Relatable,
I'm sorry to the
Yes.
people, but I feel like that's trying too hard. You know, when you try too hard, you don't land.
True.
So if we take that for example, it's going back, sitting down and thinking, okay, what were we trying to do? What was the idea Smoky Pasua, for example? And what failed? Is it how we relayed it? Is it the conversation we put around it? So even for brands, as you're creating or writing, the thing that is happening right now is you sit down with it, you ask yourself, how do I want to be talked to? How do I want to receive this message? If you're targeting me with an ad, if I'm the one who's reading that ad, how do I want to receive it? So, and then also listening to people. It's like having conversations with you guys and asking, I think, what do you think about this? Because I feel like research is a really big part of how we come up with stories. So it's just, it's conversations, listening to people. Because you don't know everything, number one. Number two, there are stories you can't tell until you go to those specific stories. Like, for example, the other day I was in a masterclass with Bikuzulu. And one of the lessons that he passed on was the art of research needs to be very essential in the stories we tell. So you have to go to the places and learn the culture and stuff like that. So it's, in summary, research, listen, relearn, don't try too hard. That's it.
The Smoky Pasua situation reminds me of American Eagle with the jeans. Good jeans. My God. Everyone
but genuinely, I feel like that was so intentional.
But it was intentional.
They knew it was gonna be a whole thing. It was so intentional.
Sometimes
certain communities were like, "What do you mean?"
Do you know this? Their brand. I think they.
I feel like they want. It's just like when
they sold 400 million in a day. Yeah, they sold nearly 400 million in a day.
It works to an extent.
It worked for them. Yeah, they did.
Then there's times where you're like, whoops.
Now, Natasha, when it comes to us being a content creator, what happens if a brand approaches you that doesn't align with your values as a creator? How do you navigate that? Because, of course, not all brands fit what you're doing.
Yes.
And I'll give you a very practical example. Influencers were taken to Israel.
Hey.
Would you have taken the deal?
Why? Same people. Oh my God, sasa nimekasirika fresh.
No, I feel like that was a very controversial situation.
Free Palestine, juicy. These same people are like, free Palestine. All of a sudden,
other people would argue that I've gone to advertise the country. I'm not advertising what the country is doing.
But what's the difference?
But I feel like it's values.
Boiling water is boiling
water. So now it was a very heated
change.
conversation on social media. So I want to know, where's your head at?
I wouldn't take it because first of all, I feel like it's very contradictory with what you stand for. If you're for Israel, you're for Israel.
If you're for Palestine,
you cannot tell me you're going to Israel to support their agricultural and
but you're for Palestine
but
on
to go up
social
free
media.
Palestine. This is the same country that's bombing these people. Vile wanajisikia. So it's not 50-50. You're either for or against.
it.
But isn't that us having an opinion about what people do? Is that authenticity?
But at the same time, I think now that brings up, I'm talking about inauthenticity in the sense of you have a free Palestine slogan
Signboard
on your bio, and then you're going to Israel. Come on, guys.
You're
let's
having
be
your
honest.
cake and eating
It's
it.
just like if you're a gambling addict and then kidogo you're pushing gambling sites. Like you're a recovery, it's like
you're recovering, you're
alcohol,
or you're recovering from alcohol, but then you're advertising alcohol on your page.
Exactly.
Come on.
Which
it's
for the bag.
For securing the bag.
Watu wanafanya vitu weird huku nje juu ya bag.
And that's why I think it boils down to values.
For me personally, I just say no.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be more of the person that, let's revisit this topic after a while. But immediately right now, I don't think it's something I would be like, I'm like, yeah, sure. Even if you're offering me a lot of money, I'm like, wow. Pia naangalia kuna jeshi fulani inanifollow.
True.
For sure.
The last thing I need is my people, the same community I've built, to think, kwani tulikuwa which boat? Are we sailing alone?
They lost a lot of followers in those days that they were there, actually.
I think cancel culture should also irudi.
Really?
Mutoe hao watu. Sorry.
Until it finds
Lakini
you.
msiseme
Then you're like, I didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it, guys. Calm down.
It's just like when corruption only applies when
you're
outside.
or the Nduthi theory, like when you're not on the Nduthi, you're like
dangerous.
but
Watu wa Nduthi wanasumbwanga.
on the Nduthi, you're like
Funny
go.
That's the same mentality I had today. I was in such a rush. I was like, hey gari mbona watu wa Nduthi wanatuharibia. When I was in that Nduthi, I was like, ebu kata hiyo.
Let's go.
Kuna space pale.
Kuna space. Mbona una observe traffic lights mse?
Okay, now as we come to a close for both of us, what does the future of content look like if unfiltered storytelling becomes a norm? You know, are we heading into a more empathetic digital world? Or are we just heading into a more chaotic one where everyone is sharing their life stories, their problems on social media, their mental breakdowns, where do we cut it and say, okay, now we are being oversharing? You know, so where does the future of content look in an unfiltered economy, digital economy? I'd say for me, when I'm looking at content creators and ads, I feel like we can move away from the unapproachable, running ads of things that you're doing skydiving. Can we just do an ad of a normal person in a house?
To be
like
honest.
something that is real that we can do.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying a phone and then you're going deep sea diving. Who is going down there?
Who are you
let's
talking
be
to?
honest.
Hata
What are you
clientele
talking
yako
to?
yenyewe haiendi huko.
You know,
They don't even go see diving.
Yes, like let's be honest. Can we just do a normal ad,
Yeah.
swimming pool? It's fine.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, content creators where we are just sharing our lives, our experiences. I feel like that we're heading into if that becomes a norm, it becomes more relatable and you sell more.
Yeah.
When you're sharing, I remember we did even in CeraVe our acne stories, and we were told we don't want you to sell the product, we want you to sell how it made you feel when your acne started changing because of using CeraVe. That was a phenomenal, unfiltered, raw campaign.
Yeah.
So to you guys, in your capacity as a content creator and also you in agency world,
Yeah.
where do you see unfiltered coming in?
Personally, I do agree with what you're saying because the extremes of both are very extreme. Like there's a high chance of the chaos being so chaotic because now everyone is trying too hard. You know? So I would suggest to the world out there simplicity in how we're telling our stories, simplicity in how we're approaching it, and then the humor. Let's not misuse the humor. Let's place it where it should be, because again, the other thing that is there is trolling people in the thing of humor. I mean, have you seen Kenyans on people's comment sections?
Woo! I've
Don't
seen them
be
on mine.
the wrong
It's okay.
side. Sorry.
I've seen them on mine. It's
Hang
okay.
after this. We'll hang after this. But let's stop misplacing things. Let's be really intentional with the stories we are telling and how we are approaching it, and realize that the person telling you that story is a human being. If you, as Sean, you're trying to sell me a phone, like tell me this phone is good, or CeraVe, for example, you've tried it. So your story should be as real as it should be. This whole other thing of trying too hard, let's simple, guys.
Let's calm down.
Too simple. Let's come back to earth and be real with it.
I feel like with content creation, just like she said, it can go left, very left, and very right. But I think people also need to understand what should be shared on social media and what should not.
Yeah.
The minute you identify what you want to share on social media, based on even other people's past experiences and how they've shared, you start realizing, I'm not comfortable sharing this simply because I'm not ready for the backlash. One.
Yeah.
Two, I don't feel like I want certain business out there because social media is like people say the internet is forever. So if you have 5 years
stuff,
hiyo ni
marriage, family, JKN.
Ukiproposiwa ulikuwa peke yako. Kwa harusi ulikuwa solo. Sasa sisi unatuinvolve kwae.
Guys, why are we bitter? What's going on?
No, I feel like people this boyfriend did this. Mimi nilikuwa na nini?
Oh my god.
Have I been with you?
Things I can't stand in terms of content. Couple content.
My man.
Oh my days.
I'm going to start my
male-centered content creators.
Ati my man angadid
my man.
Oh my
That's
god.
it for us, guys. Thank you very much for coming, guys, and sharing your insights on this topic. Thank you very much for having us. That's it for today. Bye.
Thank you.